and welcome to this week's Monday Live. This week I have only one deck to choose from, so it's actually not able to choose. It's the Fairy Tarot. I was about to say Fairy Oracle, but that's not right. It's a Fairy Tarot. I have the Danish edition, so the text below the pictures are in Danish. But the pictures, and of course not below, but also here, instead of winter 10, it says winter 10, because winter is winter in Danish. So that's sort of close to, and summer is almost the same also, so that's nice. But this is spring. It's called forår in Danish, so that's kind of pre-year, or first in the year. Yeah. But they're nice, looking like this in the back, and for instance, yes, you have seen like this in the front, and they have the seasons as suits, and a few of the major arcanas changed also. But let's get to it. I'm going to pull a few cards for the energy of the week, and I'm probably going to timestamp this video later, especially if you get on here live with me and are getting some cards, because if you are on live and subscribers, you get the option to get a card for the week. So let's get to it. We're going to begin with 2 cards. Have a sip of water. Probably water, soda water with just a little bit of taste of pineapple, and then I also have normal tap water over here. So it's a little bit warm today here, not nearly as hot as somewhere you guys are, but still, I'm not that heat resistant. Here we have 2, now we have maybe an extra here. Let's see which one of those. The window is open, so if you can hear something from time to time, that's why. This one and this one, yes, okay. This one is for me. Thank you. So let's see. We have the Spring King, and we have Winter Fall. And Winter Fall is the 4 of Swords, so that's these 2 cards are sort of opposite, and then not. I'm going to see if I can hold these cards so they won't, the light won't go too much in them, because they have this kind of surface, so the light does that. But the Winter Fall is about resting. As you can see here, she's taking a rest, and while she's resting, she is putting her worries aside. As most of you might know, it can be quite difficult to find rest and peace and also fall asleep at night when you have too much in your brain going around, like what if and what not, and I also need to do, and and worries and speculations and stuff like that. Then it's almost impossible to rest. And that's the same. That's also true during the day. It's important to most of the time keep a state of mind where you have this sense of calmness, not getting caught up in anxiety, worries, and what ifs and what now, and oh, and I don't know how, and all that kind of things that makes it very difficult to you to stay calm and at ease and able to rest not just your mind but also your physical body. And it's important to be in this, especially also when we have this Spring King. Yes, he's not resting very much, quite the opposite, but he's not stressing about anything. He has this capacity and skills for, how can I put it, he doesn't mind taking the lead, and he doesn't mind at all. Actually, he likes taking the lead. He also likes its energy of taking leads and delegating jobs and that and tasks and stuff, and that can be a really good idea, especially for you to be able to relax and not worrying about things. Then okay, take on that authority, take on that creative part of you that says, okay, what is important right here now? What can I do myself at this moment? What will be what am I able to do better when I get at a calm place of mind, and maybe even if I have the opportunity to rest literally a little bit, and not rushing around doing this, doing that, and making sure everything's okay. Of course, there can be literally situations where that is important at times, but the more, then take that energy upon you and say, okay, what do we need to do now? I am going to do this, you are going to do this, and sort of get them tasks delegated out in best possible way, because then your mind can also, okay, then your mind know this is taken care of. I am going to do this, this person going to do this, and after we have done this, we will do this. So there's some sort of it's more able to have a calm mind when you know things are taken care of and how you are going to do about certain situations and certain things. So that's sort of the combination and the energy of these two cards here. So that's very important to be aware of and to be reminded of. Why did I put the deck here? And right about now, usually people are beginning to pop in. Maybe not so much today. But well, okay, it's lots of things are happening all over the world, and in the States, this is in the middle of the night or something like that. So yes, and there's also lots of things happening there, and in the other parts of the world, also lots of things happening. So I understand if not so much time to being here live. But anyway, let's see two cards more to see if we can get a little more information about why this is important, or what is, or how we can better do these things. Let's see. This way around here, yes, balance, that is right up this alley. When things are balanced out, and when you are taking into consideration, okay, this is important and this is important, how to best go about this instead of stressing about it, then step into your leader energy and this is important for us and me and everyone to keep in the balance in this turmoil world. Then it's important, okay, breathe, rest, brain, step into the leader energy, and what are we doing, when and how. And this way, sort of keeping the balance, having the balance, so to speak. And it's important also because we have the spring tree. That is also a fire card when it's the elements, and it's the wands in the traditional. So it's very much about taking action. And this card is speaking about, okay, what are the next steps for right now, also when we're thinking more long-term goal. So what is important to do right here and right now in order to either maintain that balance or getting moving towards it, so everything is more balanced, so we find that time to rest. What is the next step important, and then use this energy again to make them in setting in motion, so your mind can rest at ease and Everything is taken care of. We know what to do, when to do what, who does what when, you know, and when do I do what in what kind of situation. Instead of stressing about it, then you're in a leader and you're in a planner and making these two works together. What is the most important step to take right here now in thinking long term also so you can put your mind at rest about everything's taken care of, but also remembering to take them breaks. Because if you're exhausted, if your mind is exhausted, it's this leader thing not going to work very well, and these planning things, what next, also difficult. So it's important to remember to give your mind some breaks and also rest your physical body from time to time. So the balance of it all is real important. The more things happening outside of you and also inside of you, especially outside of you, the more important it is to remember these values, to remember the rest, to remember to taking on this leader energy and planning the next steps, so we can keep the balance and keep being able to have our mind at ease about things are taken care of, and we know what to do when and how, and who does what when and how. Okay, so that's sort of the main energy of the week. Hi Tanya, yes you can ask, preferably not a yes no, because then, well, if it's yes no I'll just rephrase it. So let's see. Yeah, what do you have? What do you want to know? What would you like me to pull some cards for? Moving that glass over there. Let's see. I'm not so much go into his feelings about it, but I'm going to see, okay, once more, I'm going to mix the cards and see the energy between you, what it is now, because now you have done something. Now you have done something actively, and I can see what is the energy, because then you can compare that with last time. Oh, I do not remember, but it was so many cards. So let's see, Tanya. Okay, this is the Autumn King, and that's that's a nice card. It's not, first of all, it's not conflicted at all. It's a calm energy, energy of how can we put it? It's a calm and nice energy. Also somewhat compassionate, not as much as the water cards, the summer cards, of course, but still, it's a grounded energy. It's about that everything is going along as it's supposed to. So I guess that's it. It's a good sign that everything is going as it's supposed to go, no matter the direction of them. It's going in the direction it's supposed to go between you. So I think that's a good sign. I cannot say if it's a good sign for the relationship or just for you all in all, but this is a positive card for energies between you. It's not like love, 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 but it's not the opposite, and it's not go away or conflicts or anything. It's nice, steady energy, moving forward and creating what you want. So I would say this is a mainly a positive card for the energy between the two of you. So I would say that. So hello Parth and hello Lila. Yes. Parth, do you also want the card? Oh, that's a yes, no. That's not energy between you. That's the likelihood of. I'm going to pull a card of likelihood for deceive. That's what I'm going to get closest for instead of a yes, no. So likelihood of deceive, and see what the cards are saying. But anyway, if you do not trust him, or then there's definitely okay. I'm going to put a clarifier on this because we have the Spring Prince, and there's definitely something charming about it and stuff. But for this likelihood to deceive, it's not so. Doesn't feel like a deceiving card. I'm going to pull a clarifier, 2 clarifiers for that, and see where it's taking us, because this can be representing him for being charming and stuff, and that's the way this also is around other people, and that's why it can be deceived. That it might deceive you, or you can be afraid of it. It can also be that he actually, when he's that charming, gets some opportunities and say yes to some of them. So it can be, I feel that this is representing him, his charming self. So let's pull a couple of clarifiers for that. You are welcome, Tanya. Let's see. Give me some clear answers, please. This one here. So I can get the likelihood whether he's cheating on her or not. So, come on, second card. Haven't got all day. Okay, we have a card that are asking you of letting go of the past, whether that's maybe have done so in the done so early on, and it's important that you are letting go of that idea of him still, done that, and not judging him now from past. We also have the High Priestess about trusting your intuition. So if you have any way of putting away that that mind clutter, that anxiety, and calm your mind, like the week's card suggested strongly, and finding the balance so you are able to listen to within and not letting yourself getting influenced by former actions or non-actions, or what you have said or done or not said and done, and release that old fears from that, and then listen to within, and then trust the answers you get from that, because there you will find your answers. But it's important that you release the fear first, and release what has he done or said before, or not done and said before. So you sort of go into it with a clean slate, and an open heart and an open mind, so you're able to listen to your intuition instead of your fear and worries. So that's the best I can do at this point. I really hope it will help you to find your answers, whatever that answer might be. But yes, he is a Spring Prince, and that's a charming one. So, yeah. So let's see, Lila. Energy for card for house sale. I hope you can use it, but it's up to you to put yourself in a state of mind and where you can listen truly to your intuition, and it's not your fear or worries or wishes and hopes that comes in and answers you, but truly your intuition, and then trust that. But it's important to the fear, the worries, the hopes and dreams, none of that in our then trust your pure intuition. Then you will get your answer. Well, Lila, 2 cards for the energy around the house sale. This one here, this one here. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. We have the star as a first card about looking at the future with hope and optimism. So that's definitely a positive card. So it's going to go very well, probably. But we also have the Winter Queen. And it's also about, it might not be, like this week or next week. It takes a bit of patience, but also it also takes the Winter Queen. That's the Queen of Swords. So it's really also important that you use your logical part of your mind and put away any emotion you have around this sale and saying, okay, what is the logical steps to take? And is there something or someone that's important that I do not, that some things or situations or person that I do not take into consideration, and keep it logical, keep it as a business deal it is, so to speak, not going into emotions about it, even though that of course can be difficult because it's your house. So sort of I'm getting sort of saying goodbye to your house and thanking it for being there for you. So making sure you have all the practical stuff in order, and you do not have any emotional ties to that house anymore. Then your hopes and your dreams will come true about it, that the sale will come through. So that's about it. Yeah. I think that's it. Yes, I hope you can use that, Nila. I hope you can use that. Yeah. So we're going to pull 2 cards more for the week, and unless someone else comes in, I will let that be that for this week. I have some extra. Yeah, me too. I love those cards also. I have some extra things to do that just came up, so it will be quite okay if this reading is not that as long as usual. Well, yeah, we have the Moon and the Winter King. And the Moon, that's about intuition. And remember the other cards we have about taking on the leader role and making so your mind can be at rest. We know what steps to take, when to take, when to do what, and who does that, and then our mind can rest, and also remember to plan in times, literally physical periods of time where we can pause. And the Moon is about listening to our listening also to our feelings, and remember to have them also, even though we also have the Winter King, and that's not about feelings at all. That's about the logical side of things. That's about the planning and so we have 2 kings. We have the other king from before. I've mixed it in between the Spring King and the Winter King. So that's the King of Swords and the King of Wands and traditional. So that's the fire and the air. So that's very much about thinking logical about things while remembering, okay, does this also feel right? Because it's important it feels right. It's really important not letting yourself being drawn in by emotions and feelings and woo and letting them think. It's important to keep a calm head and putting your leader skills into action and planning set. We had the 3 Spring Free also. That's about planning. What steps taking now for planning for the long run, and the balance card for balancing things out, and the 4 of Swords about remembering to rest and remembering planning by planning and delegating and finding out what to do when and what. That's so important this week. It's like there's extra focus on it from all areas. But just remember also, it's important it also feels right. And it's important not to be caught up in emotions and feelings and sort of letting them pull you in. It's important that you keep a cold head, keep a clear mind, and plan and stepping into that energy of getting things done. And what is the first step? What is the second step? You know, if you're a list person, please make a list. And remember to put in the time, if possible, if the world can be, and you can be at a place where it's not possible to get much physical rest, then it's even more important that you get your mind some rest by having planned what to do when and who does what when. So that's kind of the energy of the week, and it's extra important because Mercury is going retrograde. It's just begun, so it's extra important that you keep a cool head and you plan for things and you delegate of stuff out if there's lots of things, so you do not have to do everything, because then there's no rest at all, no for your mind, no for your brain. So for your mind, brain, or body. So it's important to get these things balanced and stepping into that energy of the two kings, so to speak, the planning and the putting things into action and doing it step by step with the spring 3. You know, what steps now for keeping the balance and remembering for keeping our head cold and resting, so our mind can rest and feel, this is taken care of, no need to worry. The less worry, the better, the less risk of being drawn into emotions and feelings. And then you can use the moon card to, okay, does this feel right? Or am I planning something in a totally wrong direction because this feels wrong? So, and then of course, if it does feel wrong, then plan in a different direction. So I think that's about it for today. I'm going to stop for now today already, because as I said, some extra things came up I didn't plan for. Things happen. Next week I will be back around same time, maybe a little bit later, maybe a little bit before, but around, and in a fortnight, in 2 weeks, there will be a pre-recorded reading, because I'm not home at all to be able to do the reading that Monday in 2 weeks. So thank you all for participating, and thank you all for watching, the ones that are going to watch it here later, and liking, subscribing, and thank you all very much from my heart, and take care, really take care, okay? Take care, use them planning skills so your brain can rest and you, okay? And one step at a time, and keeping the balance and making sure it feels right. So bye for now. See you next week. Catch you later. Take care.